Before we explore the capabilities and core features in Lightroom 3, it's important to take a look at the user interface so that we understand how it's designed and how it operates. Now basically, Lightroom is broken down into 5 modules or mini applications. And each one of these modules handles a specific part of the digital photography workflow. So we have the library module, which we're looking at right here. And this helps us to import our files more efficiently, to tag them with different kinds of attributes and information that make them easier to sort and also easier to find when we come back later on. We also have a develop module, and this is where we're going to make all the improvements to the tones and colors in our image, the contrast and detail, all the different things we can do to improve the way a photograph looks. And we also have 3 output modules. We have a slideshow, print, and web module, and these all help us to expedite the process of creating, obviously, slideshows, different kinds of prints, and web galleries, which we took a look at in the prior video. So later in the training, we're going to give you some tips for working with all 3 of these output modules so that you can get a head start on sharing your photographs. Now, another thing you'll notice is that in each one of these modules, we have a series of controls and panels down the left and right side of the user interface. Now, each one of these little brackets or disclosure triangle items here, this is called a panel. And these panels basically contain all the different types of controls and options that we're going to use to accomplish our different objectives. Now, all of these panels are in turn grouped together, and they can be expanded or collapsed as a group by clicking the little triangle to either side of the item. So on this right group of panels, I can click this little white triangle to collapse that, and we can accordingly click all the different triangles on the edge of the user interface to collapse that portion of the controls. So if we really want to take a close look at our image, that's a great way to do that. And then if we roll the cursor over any one of the triangles, it will temporarily pop it back into view. So this can be a particularly handy thing. For example, if you want to have a combination of controls visible, but a maximized workspace where you may occasionally want to roll over that area to make a different selection. And finally, we also have the main menu across the top here that gives us access to all the different commands for working with our images. Now you'll notice if I pop back the module panel here, as we switch modules, some of the menu items also change. So here we have a library menu and a metadata menu, but if we jump to the develop module, we now have a develop menu and a settings menu. Now I'm going to show you one last thing for maximizing your workspace, and a little bit of the window will get cut off here because of our recording size, but if you hit the F key, this will go to different levels of maximization where Lightroom basically fills up the monitor with its user interface. If I hit it a second time, everything disappears, including the main menu. And this is kind of a fun way to work because it completely eliminates any distractions that might be on your desktop or other things that might get in the way. And if we want to gain access to the main menu, again, we can just roll the cursor over that area and it will pop back up temporarily so that we can select whatever commands we want. So the Lightroom interface is a really flexible design, and it's a great way to work with your photographs. So go ahead and jump in and experiment a little bit and see what you think.